Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to be making some Pecan Sandies or Pecan Shortbreads. These are a popular biscuit in the United States or in North America. Shortbread nonetheless, but with some chopped pecans inside giving extra flavour. So it's not a difficult recipe. It takes a bit of time because I want to chill my biscuit or cookie dough before I actually shape the sandies. So I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this I have 250 grams, which is 1 2/3 cups of plain flour. That's based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup. I have 162 grams, 3/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. 225 grams, 1 cup of unsalted butter. 15 milliliters, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1.5 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 15 milliliters, a tablespoon of water, which I may not need to use, or I may not need to use all of it. And here I have 100 grams, which is 1 cup of pecan halves, but I have chopped those, and it then makes more like 3/4 cup of chopped pecans, which I have toasted in the oven for about 3 minutes, just to draw out that pecan flavour. You don't have to do that, but I've done that anyway. So that's all the ingredients, and we need to go on to make the dough. And I'm going to do this in the processor bowl of my immersion blender, and I'm simply going to put my flour in and the sugar, and the salt, and I'll just give those a quick pulse just to get those mixed together quite nicely. And with that mixed together, I'm going to put my butter in, which is cold, and I'm going to process that until it resembles coarse breadcrumbs, or a sort of a coarse sandy-like texture. And that's quite good. So then I'm going to put in my vanilla extract, and I'm going to process that until it begins to clump together just a little bit. And if I need to add some of my water in to do that, I will. And I'm just going to add a little drop of the water, maybe a teaspoon, and I think that will be enough. Yes, I think that's good enough. So I'm going to tip that into a bowl. And then I'm going to put my pecans in, and I'm going to use my hand just to mix those around. And that's mixed quite nicely, so I'm going to tip that out onto my counter. So I have put some flour on my counter, and I'm going to tip that out. And I'm going to form it into a disc. Like that. And then I'm going to wrap that in some plastic wrap, and I'm going to chill it for about 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes I'll come back and I'm going to roll this out. You can just divide it with a spoon and form balls if you want to, but I'm going to roll it out so I can cut out shapes. So I'll come back in about 30 minutes and do that. I've chilled my dough for 30 minutes, and I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on the top, and I'm going to roll that out to about a centimetre in thickness, and that's slightly less than ½ an inch. And that's good enough like that. So then I'm going to take a 6 centimetre or just under 2½ inch cookie cutter, and I'm going to cut out some rounds. Like that, and I'm going to put them onto a lined baking tray. You can line that with parchment paper or with silicone mats. And I will then squeeze the dough together and roll it again and cut out more. So there I have 22 of the Pecan Sandies shaped and on the baking tray, and I'm going to put those into the fridge and leave them to chill as I preheat my oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit. And when the oven has come to temperature, I put these into the oven and I'm going to bake them for 12 to 15 minutes until they bake through and begin to colour around the edge a little bit. Then I'll take them out of the oven, leave them on the tray for 5 minutes, and then transfer them to a wire rack and let them cool down. And once they've cooled down, I'll come back and show you the results. I baked my Pecan Sandies or Pecan Shortbreads for 15 minutes, and they spread rather more than I expected them to. Maybe I should have chilled them for a little bit longer, but nevertheless they still look quite good. So I'll show you what they look like. And as you can see, they have spread, but they look very good and they're baked all the way through. So I'll have a taste of one. That does taste very, very good. Nice and buttery, and a wonderful flavour from the pecan, and the texture of those pecans is great as well. So these are a very, very nice biscuit. I don't know that mine are as crumbly as I think other people in. I'm not sure whether mine are quite as crumbly as some, but as they are, they're very, very good indeed. So that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.